Hi guys, welcome back to another video, a true crime video. Today I'm going to be eating some Del Taco, which I've never done before on my channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. My name is Angela, and on my true crime videos, I like to eat a little bit and then we'll talk true crime a little bit after. And yeah, so let me tell you guys what I got today. So I have some chips and queso and guac. I believe this is new. It said it was new. I'm not sure how new it is. I got an epic chicken burrito, and I'm pretty sure this is new too. And then I got loaded queso nachos, or not nachos, fries. My mouth is watering, and then I'm just drinking some ice water. And yeah, so let's eat a little bit and then we'll talk true crime. This is their queso. It has like chili in it. I'm dropping chips. So how was your guys' weekend? Let me know what you guys did. This is their guac. And this is a regular size. I guess they have a snack size also. But I got their regular size. Their guac. Fresh made every day, I guess. That's actually really good. Now these look so good. It has ground beef with cheese. I think it has their queso on it too. Jalapenos, sour cream, tomatoes, and it looks like that's it. Could use a little bit more salsa, but it's all good. And they're on like the crinkle cut fries. Let me know, have you guys ever had a burger from there? I saw they had a burger on their menu, but I was kind of skeptical to try it. It just seems weird buying a burger from like a taco place. I like how their guacamole is like chunky. It's got chunks of avocado in it. Alright. This burrito's pretty big. So, this burrito has their guacamole with chicken. I'm not sure what else. It has their green salsa, which I really like. Their green salsa is really good. You know what? They didn't give me any sauces. The kid working the window, I think he was new, so it's okay. So it looks like this just has rice and chicken with the guacamole and green sauce. There might be some cheese in there, I don't know. good though. There's some of that avocado. Give you guys a look at that. Let me know what you guys like to get from Del Taco. What is your favorite thing to get? Del Taco is like 30 minutes away from me. It took me even longer today though on the way there because I ran into some traffic. Oh yeah, you know what? I completely forgot to mention it on my last video. But we hit 20K, guys. We hit 20K when I was taking my little break. So thank you guys so much. You know, every little milestone counts for me. I am so grateful for everybody who, you know, just continues to support my channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much. My ultimate goal is 100K. I know I can do it. I just need to stay consistent and maybe upload frequently, but sometimes it's just hard, you know? I was going through like just like a mild depression, which I'm sure a lot of people did because of the whole current state of the world right now. It was just the uncertainty, you know, is what got to me. So their flour tortillas are so soft. And I feel like they're not very thick either. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it's just chicken with rice and guac. And some of their green salsa. I don't think there's any cheese in this. I like their chicken a lot better than Taco Bell's. It's more seasoned, more peppery. Alright, so the true crime I'm going to be telling you guys about today is a little girl named Ashley Zhao. She was a 5-year-old girl who went missing January 10th, 2017. So this happened just a few years ago. Ashley Zhao, she was 5 years old. She was pretty much raised by her grandparents in China. She had been in the United States for about 1 year, and she was living with her parents, Ming Ming, and her mother Ming Ming and her father Lian Zhao. Ming Ming and Lian, they both owned an Asian restaurant. They lived in an apartment in Ohio, and they also had an older daughter named Jojo. The evening of January 10th, it all starts with a 911 phone call. January 10th, Ashley's dad calls 911 and he reports his daughter missing. She had been missing for a few hours, he claims. He called 911 at 9 o'clock p.m. He tells dispatch that, or he tells the operator that he hadn't seen her since 3 or 4 that afternoon. So it's like 5 hours after he had last seen her that he's calling 911. And right away you could tell something was a little off, to me anyways. He didn't seem frantic. He didn't react. He didn't sound like I would expect a father to sound if his child went missing, you know. He didn't sound frantic. He wasn't crying. But, I mean, you never know what you're going to do in that situation. To me, the 911 phone call just seemed a little bit non-emotional, if that makes sense. So the police get out there right away and they start searching for Ashley. They bring in dogs, they bring in drones, and the community is helping to find this little girl. And they're looking for this little girl at the parents' restaurant on the outside and of the parents' restaurant, because that was the last place that she was seen. So typically what happens is the parents, they work in the restaurant and then their kids will stay in a room in the back and they'll like sleep while the parents are working. And that's what he claimed. He claimed that Ashley was in the back room. They got busy. They had a dinner rush. And then after the dinner rush, he went back to the room and she was missing. He said they started to clean up. They opened the back door, and maybe she got out. That's what he claimed. So they start looking. They can't find her. And that's when detectives start their search inside the restaurant. So they're looking inside the restaurant and they're thinking, you know, this child went missing. They're looking for any place that a child could hide, like small places that a child could get through, and maybe she was just hiding somewhere, you know. They eventually found her in the parents' restaurant in a little like cubby space in the ceiling right above the walk-in cooler. She was found in a like a tub, a bus tub, like what bus boys use, and they clean off the dishes from the tables. She was found in that with salt. And that's when they took Ming Ming and Lian in for questioning. And you can see the interrogation videos on YouTube. I watched both of them, and they're pretty heartless. Not heartless, just like very frank and matter of fact. Very emotionless, and I don't know, just very off. But right away they confess to murdering Ashley. Now, what happened? You guys are probably asking, what happened? How did this little girl die? According to Lian, the morning of January 10th, he took his older daughter Jojo to school. When he came back, he saw that his wife was angry at Ashley, and remember, Ashley had only been living with them for a year because she was raised by her grandparents in China. So Ming Ming was mad at Ashley because she had soiled her diaper, because she thinks that, you know, at 5 years old she should be able to she should be potty trained. And so she soiled her diaper, she changed it, and then she soiled it again, and Ashley took it off, and that's when Ming Ming hit her across the head a few times. Leanne said that he like pushed her head into the carpet, but she was still breathing after that, and she ended up dying because of it. Autopsy results ended up coming back that she died due to blunt force trauma. Leanne pretty much took care of everything because Ming Ming said, you take care of it, cover it up. So to me it seems like Ming Ming was in charge, like she called the shots, you know. But she was very short-tempered with Ashley. She was never really like that with JoJo. And Leanne tried to make excuses for Ming Ming because of the fact that there wasn't that connection with Ashley and Ming Ming, because she was raised by her grandparents, and I guess the in-laws situation was very tumultuous and it was just complicated. Excuse after excuse, you know. But nonetheless, Ming Ming did kill her own daughter. And she confessed to that in the interrogation room. The investigator was like, what happened? How did she die? And she just straight up, like, no emotion. She wasn't crying anymore. And the detective even pointed that out. Like, you're not crying anymore. Your daughter is dead. How did she die? And Ming Ming just says, I killed her. Just flat out. Frank says, I killed her. And the investigator was like, well, how did you kill her? And she said, with my hand, just like that. And it was just so, watching the videos is just so heartbreaking and shocking because of how emotionless the mother is. And even the father wasn't crying that he lost his baby girl. Like, it's just so crazy. You guys can see the videos on YouTube. But so they both end up confessing, and according to Leanne, what happened was he took care of it. She was still breathing, but he said it was more like heavy breathing. She was heavily breathing after her mother hit her in the head a few times for about 15 minutes. She ended up getting sick, vomiting. He took her to the bathroom, cleaned her up. She was still breathing like heavily, and then he said that it got quiet, but he thought that she was like breathing normally now. He didn't think to check her pulse or anything until later. And he said it was about 30 minutes after she had vomited and he cleaned her up or whatever. He checked her pulse and there was no pulse, there was no heartbeat. And then that's when Ling and Ming Ming were like, what are we gonna do? So their original plan was to go get JoJo from school and then come back, and they were gonna call 911, and they ended up not doing that. They ended up waiting until 9 o'clock later on when they were at the restaurant. So the investigator asked Leanne, how did you get Ashley from your house to the restaurant? And that's when he said that he put her in her car seat, just like nothing, like regular, put her in her car seat, traveled with her to the apartment or to the restaurant, and then they never went to go pick up JoJo. But what they did was they put Ashley in the bed that was in the back room where she normally took a nap while they were working. And then the plan was for JoJo to come after school like she normally does and see Ashley in the bed so that they would have JoJo's like alibi that she was alive, that JoJo did see her for when they did call the cops later on. I hope you guys are following me. I hope I'm explaining it right. But so that's what they did. They waited for JoJo to come, and JoJo would see her. He said because Ashley looked like she was just sleeping, so his daughter would probably most likely think the same thing and tell that to the police. Like, yeah, I saw her laying there. She was sleeping. So in fact, to prove that Ashley was there as their alibi. So they get to the restaurant and they put Ashley in the bed in the back room. And then they go about their day making food, helping customers. They had a busy dinner rush. It's just so disgusting to think about. Like, who does that? And as a father, he said that he didn't call the cops right away because he was afraid of losing his family. He already lost his daughter. He knew he was going to lose his wife if he called 911 because his wife is the one that killed her. So he was trying to keep his family together, trying to think of a way to, like, make it look like she vanished, she disappeared or got kidnapped or something. All the while they're helping customers with their dead daughter in the back room. And then after the dinner rush, they put her in the bucket with salt, and they put her in a storage space that's in the ceiling, and they use that storage space for other, like, important documents and pictures and stuff. So it was a place that they normally store stuff, and that's where they kept her body until the police found her. And investigators were like, well, what was your plan? Like, if we never found her, what were you going to do with her? Were you just going to leave her there? And he said they had 3 options. Their plan was either to burn her, bury her, or put her in the ocean. And, like, how could you... I just don't understand. Like, yes, I get the fact that he doesn't want to lose his wife. He already lost his daughter. He doesn't want to lose his wife, so he's going to protect his wife and try and get rid of, like, she deserves a proper burial. As a father, like, how do you do that to your own child? It just makes no sense to me. Anyways, this case, it never went to trial because they did plead guilty. Ming Ming tried to plead insanity, but it never passed. It didn't work. Ming Ming ended up having to serve 22 years, and she was an illegal immigrant. I don't know if I mentioned that. She was an illegal immigrant, so the judge gave her 22 years because she pled guilty instead of 30 years. So she pled guilty on all accounts in order to lessen her charge from 30 years to 22 years. She ended up being charged for involuntary manslaughter, abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and child endangerment. And she got 22 years. Now, she is an illegal immigrant, so after she's serving her 22 years, she will be deported back to China. And Lien, he ended up only getting 12 years because he pled guilty. He took a plea deal in order to get the murder charges off. He testified against his own wife. Now, usually when you're married, by law, you don't have to testify against your wife because you're married. I'm not sure exactly how it goes, but I know that if you're husband and wife, you can't testify against, like, legally, they can't make you testify against your own spouse. But he did. He testified against her. It lessened his charge. He only got 12 years. Murder charges off of the table. So he got 12 years for abuse of a corpse, child endangerment, and tampering with evidence, I believe. And yeah, to me, it seems like it should have been more. Like, he tried to cover it up. He tried to get away with it. He should have gotten more than 12 years. And it's just, to me, I don't think justice was served. 22 years for killing your own child it's nothing. She was 29 years old. Ming Ming was 29 years old. She's going to get out when she's like, what, 51? Is that right? If I'm doing my math right, 51 years old. She is going to get deported, but she killed her own child. that deserves life in prison to me. And he tried to cover it up. He should have gotten a longer sentence than that. JoJo is, I haven't researched much. There probably isn't much because she is a minor, but Leon said that he didn't want his daughter JoJo to go with his family because of how his parents are. He didn't like the way that they raised her daughter, which is his excuse for the reason why Ming Ming was so abusive towards Ashley, because of the way she was raised by his parents in China. And she came back defiant and disobedient, and that is how he justified the beatings that Ming Ming would put on Ashley. It's just really sad. It's so sad. Yeah. That's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this true crime. Let me know what you guys want to see me eat, what you guys want to see me talk about next. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you know the second that I upload a new video, and I will see you guys in a new video soon. Bye.